More and more Africans are choosing gambling over education. In today's episode, we look into the world of gambling in Africa, among other things. Welcome to the Africa for Dummies show.
I am an African.
Everybody, welcome to the Africa for Dummies show, your one stop shop for everything happening on the melanin filled continent. My name is Nathan, joined as always by Zenge. How are you doing, bro?
How are you doing? How's everybody doing? Welcome to Africa for Dummies.
How are you doing? How's your week been?
It's been hectic. It's been hectic, but like less hectic than before, so it's better.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. All right, that's good to hear. And we also have our cameraman, Mr. Shimwe. Hello, everybody. Today, our topic is gambling and how it affects our continent. Now, I think generally people know about the drawbacks that come from gambling, but recently the topic has gained a lot of traction on the African continent, with organizations such as BBC, Vice, and DW highlighting some pretty serious problems.
ojja kulimba nimubuka n'obuwumbi buwera ibodaboda zange zonyini ziri awo ne famire yange yenyini otuka okunkwako lwali tulinke
Mu bet kiki ekinene ky'ofiirirwamu?
nafiirwamu piki zange zaali bbiri nga nina ekibiina kye ngenda okufuna kya mitwalo 7 zonna sente sirinamu nendwala n'omusujja
Akakadde konna nga
nga
bakakubye
bakakubye munaku eza
2.
buli lunaku nkugenda nali addicted nga sikyasobola kubaako kirala kyonna kyenkola nga n'emmere nsanga nga n'ezemmere sizi
phone. But the funniest thing I have sold was a cooking pot to a friend, and it was the only one I had for preparing ugali. I had to lie to him that it was an emergency issue I wanted to solve, just so I could get 200 shillings for betting. But you know, it is life.
mbe etugirawo betting eno
I don't want this one. Yeah? This. This. I don't want. This. I don't want. I don't want this. I don't want. I don't want this. I don't want this. Be cool.
Man, you have to love Ugandan accents, bro. Have you ever been to Uganda?
Yeah, man, Ugandan accents are legendary. They just they're legendary. Like the whole of East Africa just looks to Uganda.
you know that you do.
No offense to my Ugandans, but
I
like
hope
yeah.
I hope Ugandans don't hate me for this, but you know that Ugandans can't say the word bird.
Bad. That's what
Exactly.
bad. Birds are birds are flying.
The bud. The bud. When you look out, the thing is, I used to do poultry farming, right? And
Mm.
like I used to, because Ugandans are really good at I think also because their weather supports that type of production, Whereas in
Yeah.
Zambia it gets like really cold. But
Very
they're
fertile.
sorry?
I think Uganda is highly fertile as well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like I used to watch a lot of Ugandan YouTube videos about how to take care of chickens and stuff. So the whole time you just be saying when you get the bud and then and then you're just like bird, bird. It's like saying this word bud. What's the album that Michael Jackson released? Bud. Bud. It's the same thing. Anyways, man. I hope we're still good in Uganda, man. But
We're not gonna have any Ugandan this
any
week.
Ugandan fans are involved. What's that word that you know how to say it in Uganda again?
Thank you very much. It's
How do you say it?
it's like where about you?
What? Eh?
Where about you?
Wherever they knew. Ah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right.
But it goes with the like a sweet.
Yeah. Oh, wherever they knew. If you guys like this content and you'd like to support the show, please be sure to give us a like, hit that subscribe button below, and hit that notification bell to not miss any of our new episodes. Be sure to check out our Spotify or podcast where we talk to renowned experts about topics affecting the continent. So, yeah, anyway, to give our topic a little bit more context, one study found that 54% of young people living in Kenya, Uganda, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria, and Tanzania gamble regularly. Now, this number could be lower because I don't think they took kids into consideration. And looking at a documentary done by Vice, gambling is affecting our kids.
Of a phone line, and you can bet easily in Uganda, even if you're under 25. Almost everyone I know has a smartphone now, so we can bet anytime, anywhere. This is one of the youngest countries in the world, and I know so many people who bet underage. Back in Kampala, I found some street kids who bet and asked them how easy it is to get through the doors of actual betting shops. Jackson, watandika okusiba ngu olina emyaka meka?
15.
Kati olina emyaka meka?
17.
Kati lw'oyingira mu nnyumba za betting, bakukiriza okuyingira?
Bankiriza.
So tebakusaba ID oba kintu kyonna?
Tebaginsaba.
So lwe bakutunulira bo balowooza nti emyaka ogirina.
Geez, these kids wake up of dreaming of being the Wolf of Wall Street. When I was a kid, I used to dream of being the mayor from the Powerpuff Girls.
Is it that guy? What's his? Does he actually have a name? The mayor?
Yeah, I think it's Barney Vincent. Barney Vincent.
And then he's got like this assistant.
Yeah, the best cartoon character.
Yeah, like perfect figure. Hey, I mean, I'm not misappropriating kids' cartoons.
Yeah, of course,
like,
but they'll never show the face. They'll always go from up here.
They never. No one knows how she looks like.
No one knows what she looks like. The mysterious. Anyway, these trends do not seem to be slowing down. Another study done in Kenya found that 78% of students in Kenya often gamble, and most of the time, actually no, not most of the time, but sometimes this affects their participation in school, and some of their students are actually willing to gamble than actually go to school. Like they're willing to place their bet, pun intended, on gambling than actually go to school. You know, it's like, why do I go and get a 4-year degree when I can make double the little money I have now, placing a bet on, say, Manchester or Arsenal?
You know, when I think about it, I've spent quite some time here. You know, why? Like seriously, let's just think about this, Nathan. This could be a game changer. We could just go into gambling and then just end it all. All this
I mean, listen. There's actually I'm gonna insert a video right now where this woman in the BBC documentary, which you guys should check out, and link is in the description. But she actually did a really great illustration of how much money these gambling companies make.
So I asked Lydia to help me find out.
We analyzed data, the Uganda Revenue Authority, tax payments by betting companies in 2018. What we learned is that in a week, Ugandan punters, people like yourself, put more than $1 million into betting.
The National Gaming Board has said that we punters win back over 70% of the money we stake. But Lydia found something quite different.
So let's say this is the $56 million Ugandan punters, such as yourself, put into betting in 2018. First of all, the government gets 18% of that money in taxes. The betting companies kept 43% for their business expenses and profits. So what does that leave for you guys, the punters? 39%. You do win back enough to keep you coming, but the company is ahead of you. All of this, at one point, was your money.
And she estimated that they make in Uganda, they make close to $1 million a week. A week, 7 days.
$1 million a week. And like, what are the chances? What are the actual chances of someone like winning in these gambling, like different types of gambling? Like,
I mean, I know I read the statistic that for the lotto, you have a higher chance of being struck by lightning than winning the lotto. So I don't know if it's the same chances.
Well, that's my dream to go in ashes.
You should have got into the betting industry. Africa for Dummies bet or something.
Yeah, Africa for Dummies bet, guys. Watch out.
Yeah.
just in case.
Some of you might be thinking, if gambling is so bad for you, why not just quit? To dive into the mind of a gambler, we have a young man from Uganda straight on the line, and he's joining us all the way from Kampala. Thank you very much for joining us. Our first question is, what motivated you to start betting?
Man, what motivated me to get into betting was I saw some guy win 1 million shillings when he betted 100 shillings. So I was like, if people can do it, why can't I do it? So I started betting to try and get richer.
And we'd like to understand what benefits or setbacks have you experienced while gambling?
Benefits or setbacks have that I have had since I started betting and gambling. Um, Benefits is you win money. That's like the main issue of betting. But setbacks are the losses are more. It's like how they say, uh, betting isn't for the poor, because once you bet with very little money, you always stake very many teams. That leads to losses. There's a high probability of losing 30 games. You can't win 30 games.
Okay. Have you experienced any heavy losses? And if so, what got you back into gambling?
Yes, I've experienced a heavy loss of 400,000. 400,000 was from what? One game. I staked on one game 400,000, and I'd staked 0-0 halftime. But on the 45th minute, it was 1-0. So that 400k was gone. It's because one of the reasons to get back into the game is to get back the money you have lost. You need to win more than the money you have lost. And to get back, what other thing that motivated me is you need to get rich. So just keep on trying and trying till the lucky day.
Thank you very much for talking to the Africa for Dummies team. Now, you see, the reason for gambling is simple: money. Why go to school when you can get more money through gambling? You see? Now, I know what some of you are thinking. What are our governments doing about this? Now, to be fair, some governments have banned gambling in their countries. Most of them, it's because of religious beliefs. And for example, in Sudan, I think you cannot gamble
Yeah, yeah,
at all completely. Whereas in other countries where it's allowed, imposing heavy taxes has been the method of choice. However, Kenya, which actually was renowned, was heralded for having these heavy taxes on these gambling companies. This year, actually, decided to pull back on that, and they reduced their taxes from 20% to 7.5% this year alone. Keep in mind of the money, how much money these companies are making, right? On a much serious note, it's quite easy to demonize gambling companies, and we're by no means saying these gambling companies are evil or anything like that. Gambling companies do bring quite a lot of revenue to African countries, especially now considering the whole COVID-19 situation. And gambling itself can be seen as something recreational. Young people love it. It's fun. It's got a little bit of adrenaline to it. So it's quite understandable. However, it's important to note that Africa's socio-economic society is just not built to handle the situation right now. An article that was found on the conversation found that only 15% of people with mental health issues in Africa are actually getting treatment, and African budgets tend to allocate at least 1% of their budget towards mental health issues. This situation is getting alarmingly scary, with an article that found 5 suicides related to gambling. Now, time and time again, we as Africans see our friends go down the gambling rabbit hole and we don't pull them out. We see our friends showing signs of gambling addiction and we don't say anything until it's too late. So we, as the Africa for Dummies team, did as much research as possible to find out organizations like the Gambling Awareness Society of Kenya that help people that are struggling with gambling and gambling addiction. Also, the gambling companies that we often use have websites or sites on their page that help people with gambling addictions. We don't know how good these services are. We emailed them, but they didn't respond. But you can try them out as well. Anything that you can do to stop someone from getting addicted to gambling. So you can find some of these websites down in the description. If you know any other organization that does this work, please send us an email and we can add it to the list. Thank you guys for listening and see you guys in the next episode.
Que ta volonté soit faite. Si la terre comme au ciel, donnez-nous aujourd'hui notre fête de ce jour. Pardonnez-nous nos offenses. Searching the universe for my needs, searching for truth, but you're all that I need.